Each generation has a pivotal moment in history that they remember. For my parents' generation, it was December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor. For my generation, it's the Kennedy assassination. At the age of 6, I distinctly remember where I was standing when I heard that President Kennedy had been assassinated. For my son's generation, it was September 11th, 2001, the attack on America, where 3,000 Americans died in separate terrorist attacks on our nation. It's important for us to continue to have these conversations with our children, our grandchildren, those that were born either after September 11th or weren't old enough to really take in the sorrow and the pain that people suffered because of the terrorist attacks. As a nation, we need to gather together and quit tearing each other apart. Because if we are torn apart, we are more vulnerable to the type of terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11th. We need to talk to our kids, our grandkids, and we need to talk about the things that America stands for. Maybe the things that we aren't as good at as we should be, but we're still the best nation on this earth. And we proved that after September 11th, and we're going to prove it in the future. So, Clovis residents, have that conversation. Don't forget your history. Don't forget what's occurred before. And we have to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And the only way that that's going to happen is we need to stay vigilant. That's the price of freedom. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo Rios, CEO of the Clovis Veterans Memorial District. September 11th, I think September 11th will be a date that we will forever remember. Well, everybody remembers Pearl Harbor, December 7th, a day that will be remembered in infamy. I think for us, September 11th will be that day. That's the morning that I woke up and realized that our country was going to change forever. I was in the military, and I realized that I was going to be leading troops in harm's way. My wife looked at me, I had 3 young children, and I realized our life and their lives would be different forever. 19 years later, we have seen so much tragedy and so much hope that has come from that date. The one thing that was beautiful on that wonderful day and horrible day, the horrible was the act of terrorism where somebody would try to inject fear into our country. The beautiful thing was that our response was with one voice. Our country rose to the occasion and responded with that bold American spirit. That day, our country spoke with one voice, and instead of falling to our knees with fear, we stood tall and resilient and pushed back, and we would not accept fear. 19 years later, the thing I would ask for all our community is to remember the love for each other and not allow fear to get in the way of looking at each other with respect and remembering that this is still the greatest nation on earth. And we should not allow the fear of the unknown to bring us to forget the beauty of what is known, America. We should all remember we're all Americans and we should all stand for freedom. So on September 11th, remember how we responded with one voice. Let's remember the tragedy, but also remember the victory that came from it.
The California 9/11 Memorial is important to our community to ensure that we never forget. Your board is working on 3 issues: to honor, educate, and remember. Through our mission to honor our first responders, we have continued to expand our memorial, and we'll do so with Phase 2, bringing in memorials for Flight 93, Wounded Warrior projects, and many, many wonderful things, including a survivor tree seedling. For our efforts to educate, we are so proud to have partnered with Fresno County Offices of Education to ensure that students now that are graduating get the story of what September 11th was and gives them an understanding of what the world is now that they live in and why. And finally, to remember, We pledge to continue to remember, and by maintaining and ensuring that this monument is here for our entire community to come to and pay their respects, we are very proud to be a part of this community and to bring it to it. There has been so many wonderful outreach from community members. This truly is a community effort. People from all over, different organizations, clubs, individuals want to become a part of this memorial, to help it grow, to expand it, to bring it to our kids. And for that, we are eternally grateful for our community, for our partners, and to our board. This year, we will continue to honor our first responders with a virtual commemoration. For more information on the virtual commemoration and how you can participate, please follow us on Facebook at California 9/11 Memorial and on Instagram. And you can get more information on our website at california911memorial.com.